Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Herik Sanjaya from 5BD English Department. Okay, today I will do presentations about revision of variables. Let's begin. First, about the definitions of the research variable. Research variable is an attribute value of the nature of the object, individual, or activity which has many specific variations between one another that has been determined by researchers to study and search for the information and draw conclusions. It is for the general definitions. But according to Kranglinger, 1973, he said that the variable is the construct or the properties to be studied. For example, aspiration level, income, education, social status, gender, salary class, work productivity, and each other. So, if we are going to discuss about the variable is that something that has the variations, include the characteristic, and others. And also, variable is the subject of the research can change depend on their variable. Okay, next, according to the relationship between one variable with the other variables, there are kinds of the research variable. First, independent variables, and the second, dependent variables, and the third, the control variables. What is the independent variable? Independent variable is the one that you change or select. And then dependent variable is the one changed as a result and that you measure. And the last control variable is the must not change, so that it is fair test. Okay, I will discuss one by one about the variables. First, the independent variable. The independent variable is called a variable for free, or the independent variable is the variable who influence or who become the cause of the changes of the variable of defense. And also, the independent variable is commonly called also exogenous variable. To make our easier to understand, let's take the example. It is the example for the independent variable, which terms the effect of the learning motivation on the student achievement. Then what is the independent variable in this terms? Independent variable is the learning motivations because it is because this variable does not depend on the other variable. It is different from the learning achievements. Because learning achievement depends on influence by the variable of learning motivations. Okay, next, the dependent variable. The dependent variable is also called the output the variables criteria consequence. In Indonesia, is called the dependent variable. The dependent variable is a variable that is influenced or that is the result because the independent variable. So what is different between independent or dependent variable? As I said before, independent variable is the cause of the other variable, but for the dependent variable, it is uh, it is the effect or the result from the independent variable. Let's take, for example, for the terms, the effect of the learning motivations on the student achievement. Then the dependent variable is the student achievement. This variable is called the dependent variable because high and low student achievement depends on the learning motivation variable. Okay, if you still confused about the between independent variable and dependent variable, let's me take the other example. It is the example of the relationship between independent and dependent variable. For example, in research on smoking and lung cancer, smoking is as the subject or the independent variable. But for the lung cancer, because it is the effect from the smoking, it is called for the dependent variable. So it is the differences between independent and dependent variable. If the independent variable is the cause of the other variable, and if the dependent variable is a result, or it is the effect from the independent variable itself. Okay, next the control variable. The control variable is the control of made the constants about or the relationship between independent variable and dependent variable, but it's not influenced by the external factor which is not recursive. So let's take the example. The effect of learning method on the student achievement. The independent variable, it is for the teaching method, but for the dependent variable is the student's learning achievement. So if there is no the control variable, what is the subject of the lesson from the student achievement? So we take we give a example of the chemistry lesson. So the control variable is using for the make the our uh, our variable is more constant, and also the effect of the magnitude of the influence by teachings on the student learning achievement can be known more with certainty. Okay, this source from the our PPT. It is from the erukanpendidikan.com and from the Journal of Hikmah, the process of the methodology of research, problems, variables, and paradigm of research. Okay, uh, thank you. I'm sorry if we do mistaken. If I do mistaken. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.